We talked last month about North Korea test firing a missile. Now, the response from the United Nations Security Council to the firing of that missile was, number one, condemning it. Number two, tightening the existing sanctions on the regime. Now we see North Korea, after vowing to continue the launches and continue more of these long-range rocket tests, Pyongyang is going to carry out a third nuclear test, this one, quote, aimed at the U.S. Now, the language, you have to kind of parse through the language a little bit. They say, we do not hide that a variety of satellites and long-range rockets, which will be launched by the Democratic People's Republic of Korea, one after another, and a nuclear test of higher level, which will be carried out by it in the upcoming all-out action, a new phase of the anti-U.S. struggle that has lasted century after century, will target against the U.S., the sworn enemy of the Korean people. So, you know, when this happens, I really just feel bad for the North Korean people. That's really who I feel bad for, because they're living in, it's unnecessary in the sense that North Korea has brought the situation there upon themselves and upon the people who live there, who have no food, many of whom are in essentially concentration camps, who live an indoctrinated world to which they aren't even aware in many cases of an alternative. And all that we're seeing is basically the reinforcement of that situation through doing stuff like this. Now, I understand that when you deal with a country like North Korea, it's a very different situation than when you deal with a country like Iran. I understand that there are differences, and really what it comes back to here is just feeling bad for the people that, because of where lines were drawn, as we've covered, are physically different now than those in South Korea because of the generational malnutrition. And it's a sickening situation there.
It is, it's terrible. And of course, you know, there is never any involvement by the U.S. because there are no natural resources there or anything at stake. And we're not going to do anything until we absolutely have to. I'd say when one of those nukes goes about halfway across the ocean,
right,
then we'll start seeing some action.
And that also probably won't end up being that good for the people of North Korea all of a sudden if the bombs start raining.
You never know. You never know.
Longer term, maybe. But
yeah.
It's a horrible situation.
Right.
Let's take a break. We've got an interview coming up. We have a lot of other stuff to discuss. DavidPakman.com/gear. Get yourself a David Pakman Show t-shirt or sweatshirt like the one Lewis is wearing, made from 100% recycled materials. We'll take a break. Back after this.
The David Pakman Show at davidpakman.com.